Good evening, everyone. How is everybody? Good? We would like to welcome you to our first annual Black History Oratorical competition. We are so excited. Cynthia and I have been up for a month every night talking about this, and we are so excited the day is finally here. The children are amazing, they're talented, they're gifted, they're wonderful, and we're so happy that they can put their talents on display here at our competition this year.
And thank you. We just really want to thank you. This is our first annual oratorical competition. You could have been anywhere tonight, and you are here supporting these wonderful students. I'm just so proud of them. They are very nervous backstage. So when they come out, please give them just make them feel comfortable. And I hope you enjoy.
And just a note, today is Cynthia's birthday. So can you all wish her a happy birthday? She didn't want anybody to know, but today's her birthday, and there's no other place she would rather be right now than here with our wonderful students here at North Penn, our families and community. So we have a wonderful MC who's going to be coming out. He's a North Penn High School student. He plays football, he runs track. He's a part of the Colors of Pride program there, and he's just a really great guy. He came highly recommended, and we're really looking forward to him just taking us through this journey tonight with the wonderful speeches and poems that we're going to hear from our wonderful children in our North Penn School District. So without further ado, Tyler.
How y'all feeling today?
Hey, I like the claps.
Today we have a lot of wonderful performers today.
From elementary, middle school, and high school, we are going to have someone sing the national anthem. Please enjoy.
Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Yes? My name is Jamel Johnson, and I am a teacher at Oak Park Elementary, and I'm singing the Black National Anthem. I want to make sure I make that distinction, only because this is an African-American oratorical contest, so I thought it would be befitting to sing the Black National Anthem, lift every voice and sing. And you don't have to stand for this one. Okay. Rings with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the lifted skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us
march on till victory is won.
Round of applause. So now that we had a proper introduction,
Let the oratorical presentations begin. Okay, so
Ready?
our first speaker is a kid from Gwinnett Square, 3rd grade. His name is Jaden Walker. Give him a round of applause, guys.
come on.
Hello, I am Jaden Walker. I am in 3rd grade and I go to Gwinnett Square. Hey, black child, do you know who you are, who you really are? Do you know you can be who you want to be if you try to be who you can be? Hey, black child, do you know where you're going, where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey, black child, do you know you are strong? I mean, really strong? Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, black child, be who you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do, and tomorrow your nation will be what you want it to be. This poem is called Hey Black Child by Eugene Perkins.
Oh my gosh, wow, that was a great performance.
Let's give him a big round of applause.
That was great.
Y'all can't take our word for it, though.
How did you feel about it?
I really loved it.
After that amazing speech, that was, okay. Dr. D, how do you feel? Because I know you're going to give a little more, and how you feel.
I was so mesmerized by that first speech. I thought it was a great way to start off an amazing night, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, there we go. Let's give another round of applause for Jaden. Next, coming to the stage, we have Tatiana Pomatum.
Hello, my name is Tatiana Pomatun. I'm from Glenmore Elementary School, 3rd grade, and today I will recite 2 poems. The first one is Colors by Sheldon Silverstein. My skin is sort of brownish, pinkish, yellowish white. My eyes are grayish bluish green. They look orange in the night. My hair is reddish blondish brown, but it is silver when it's wet. And all the colors inside me have not been invented yet. And the second poem is The Traveler by Maya Angelou. By ways and by gone, and lone nights long, sun rays and sea waves and star and stone, manless and friendless, no cave of my home. This is my torture, my long nights lone.
She has a very bright future. Give it up for Tatiana. So you, sir, I'm going to pick on you. I see you recording. Who are you?
I'm a cadet.
And are you really proud of your daughter?
Very much so.
So coming to the stage next is Eddie Zhao.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, with this vicious racist, with his governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day, right here in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that every valley shall be exalted and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, and to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. And this will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring!
Whoa! What amazing performance. Feel my arm, sir. Feel my arm. Oh, you feel those goosebumps? Chills. I don't know about you guys, but when I was that age, I don't think I could read with that much emotion.
I sure couldn't,
That
but
was
we all
impressive.
have our dreams.
Yes, we do.
Coming up next, we have Sharia Yadav from Cope, grade 4.
Good evening to all judges, teachers, and friends and family attending today's event. Hi, I am Sharia Yadav, 4th grade student of Culp Elementary. I will be reciting the historic speech of our 44th President Barack Obama, which he delivered on March 18, 2008 at Philadelphia. The highlight of his speech was an appeal to all Americans to work together towards a more perfect and equal union. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union. 221 years ago, in a hall that still stands across the street, a group of men gathered, and with these simple words, launched America's improbable experiment in democracy. The document they produced was eventually signed, but ultimately unfinished. It was stained by this nation's original sin of slavery. Of course, the answer to the slavery question was already embedded within our Constitution, a Constitution that had at its very core the idea of equal citizenship under the law, a Constitution that promised its people liberty and justice, and a union that could be and should be perfected over time. This was one of the tasks we set forth at the beginning of this presidential campaign, to continue the long march of those who came before us, a march for a more just, more equal, more free, more caring, and more prosperous America. I chose to run for the presidency at this moment in history because I believe deeply that we cannot solve the challenges of our time unless we solve them together, unless we perfect our union by understanding that we may have different stories, but we hold common hopes, that we may not look the same and we may not have come from the same place, but we all want to move in the same direction towards a better future for our children and grandchildren. I have asserted a firm conviction, a conviction rooted in my faith in God and my faith in the American people, that working together we can move beyond some of our old racial wounds, and that in fact we have no choice if we are to continue on the path for a more perfect union. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Sharia. Man, I couldn't tell if that was Sharia or Barack Obama. It was so realistic.
Hey, judges, how y'all feeling?
I am really impressed with not only the diversity, but the poise in which your children, I mean, at their age, I was just basically skipping around like, Mom, can I come off the stage now? They are ready to take over the world, so I applaud the parents. Great home training, diversity. Yes, this is Black history, but it's such a beautiful rainbow, so I applaud you parents, you guardians, you caretakers. Great job. And kids, wonderful. I'm a judge, but at the same time, I'm really impressed.
Thank you for that. Now we have Royal Hall from Oak Park, grade 4.
My name is Royal. I'm from Oak Park Elementary School, and I'm performing a speech by Martin Luther King called I've Been to the Mountaintop. All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I can understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I can understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they didn't commit themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest for rights. And so, just as I say, we ain't going to let dogs or wild roses turn us around. We ain't going to let any injunctions turn us around. We are going on. Well, I don't know what happened now. We got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter to me now because I've been to the mountaintop and I'm do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. And so I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Woo! That was great. That's going to be a great man. I see y'all over here recording. Can I bother y'all? How did you feel about that?
That boy's going places.
Period. And who do we have next? Kushi Narayam, grade 5 from Gwen Noor.
Let's give it up.
The world is so different than what it used to be. Girls and boys can sit in the same classroom and enjoy learning together while also being in the same school building. You know, my mother taught me that part of the world's society was over, the part where I wouldn't be here or be able to ride a bicycle or see the world for myself. I take a whole lot of pride in who I am. My name is Kushi Narayanan, And today I will be reciting We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, who is a novelist and author. This speech truly shows that boys and girls are and will continue to be equal. The speech goes like this. Here's a story from my childhood. When I was in primary school, my teacher said at the beginning of term that she would give the class a test, and whoever got the highest score would be the class monitor. Now, being the class monitor was a big deal, and it was an exciting prospect for the 9-year-old me. I very much wanted to be the class monitor, and I got the highest score in the test. Then, to my surprise, my teacher said that the monitor had to be a boy. She'd forgotten to make that clear earlier because she assumed it was obvious. A boy had the second highest score in the test, so he would be monitor. Now, what was even more interesting about this is that the boy had no interest in being the class monitor, while I was full of ambition to do so. But I was female, and he was male, so he became the class monitor. And I've never forgotten that incident. Men and women are different. Men in general are physically stronger than women. There's slightly more women than men in this world. About 52% of this world's population is female. But most of the positions of power and prestige are occupied by men. Men rule the world, and this made sense about 1,000 years ago when human beings lived in a world where physical strength was the most important attribute for survival. As the late Chian Nobel Peace Laureate Wangari Maathai put it, the higher you go, the fewer women there are. A feminist is a man or woman who says, yes, there is a problem with gender as it is today, and we must fix it. We must do better. As a girl, many incidents have happened in my own life that I can relate to this speech. I hope this message resonated with you. In today's world, gender doesn't matter, as you don't have to be a certain gender to do certain things. Your character matters more. Thank you, and have a great night.
Wow, to think that this is just elementary school, the more and more I hear these students talk, the more I think that the world's future is going to be that much brighter.
And as Beyonce said, who runs the world? Girls! Who do we got next, Tyler?
Okay, coming from Penn, oh, wrong side. Coming from Montgomery Elementary, from grade 5, Jaden Black. Give it up, guys.
Hi, my name is Jaden Black, and I will be reciting for you an excerpt of an underrated speech by Martin Luther King Jr. It's called The Blueprint. I'm in grade 5, and I go to Montgomery Elementary. This is how it goes. This is the most important and crucial period of your lives. For what you do now and what you decide now at this age may very well determine which way your life will go. And the question is, whether you have a solid, a proper, and a sound blueprint. And I would like to suggest some of the things that should be in your life's blueprint. Number 1, in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count, always feel that you have worth, and always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have as a basic principle the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You must have what it means to be right. Also, what you need is what you have. You need to be so you can have excellence, so you can have power, and you can have the righteousness. So you must be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are. And finally, in your life's blueprint, you must have a commitment to the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. For life for none of us has been a crystal stair, but we must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Thank you.
Woo! Give it up for Jaden.
That speech might have been underrated by Martin, but Jaden sure did blow it out.
Speak the truth. Coming up next, we have Summer Kresge from Hatfield Elementary.
Hi, my name is Summer Kresge. I'm a 5th grader at Hatfield Elementary. Today I would like to share with you a speech from Maya Angelou. She was an American poet, author, singer, and civil rights activist. She was respected as a spokesperson for Black people and women. Her works have been considered a defense of Black culture. She was active in the civil rights movement and worked with Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. She was known for quotes like, "If you don't like something, change it. But if you can't change it, change your attitude." And I've learned that people forget what you said, forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou often spoke publicly at universities and political events. I would like to share with you my favorite speech called "Rainbow in a Cloud," which reminds us that if one has courage, nothing can dim the light that shines from within. There was an African-American song, 19th century, which is so great. It says, "When it looks like the sun will not shine anymore, God put a rainbow in the cloud." Imagine. So I've had a lot of clouds, but I've had so many rainbows. And the one thing I do when I step up on stage, when I stand up to translate, when I go to teach one of my classes, I bring everybody with me who has ever been kind to me. Black, white, Asian, Spanish-speaking, Native American, gay, straight, I say everybody, come with me. I'm going on the stage, come with me. I need you now. Long dead, you see, so I don't ever feel I have no help. I've had rainbows in my clouds, and the thing to do, it seems to me, is to bring everybody with me, is to prepare yourself so you can be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. Somebody who may not look like you, may not call God the same name you call God, if they call God at all, you see. And may not eat the same dishes prepared the same way you do, and may not dance or your dances, speak your language, but be a blessing to somebody. That's what I think. You are here because you've already been paid for. Someone has been a rainbow in your clouds, for whether you know it or not. All you really have to do now is prepare yourself so you can be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. Thank you.
Woo! I believe Maya Angelou has been reincarnated.
Yes.
Up next, we have something fun from Zion White from North Penn. She is dancing to Rise Up by Andrea Day.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000
great.
I know we're not judging the dance tonight, but that was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I might need to ask her how to do some dance moves, because I don't.
Honestly, I can't do all that.
Yeah, that was real graceful. I don't know if I'm that graceful. But, you know, we got a special fan right here of Zion's. How you think she did?
Really good.
That's all you got? Come on.
She did the best she could.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. Give another round of applause for Zion. So next, we have the middle school presentations. And starting the middle school presentations, we have Leilani Williams from Gwen North.
Hi, my name is Leilani Williams, and I go to Gwen North Elementary, and I'm in 6th grade.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Leilani Williams. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like the moons and like the suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Out of the huts of history's shame, I'll rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I'll rise. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dreams and the hopes of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Give it up for Leilani. Okay, so before the break, we asked y'all for some questions and some puns, but you know what? We coming back. I got a joke for y'all. I'm gonna say it to you, Jaden. All right. What do you call an acid with an attitude?
What?
Amino acid. See, I could be a jokester too. All right, but we're gonna have Jordan announce the next person.
I'm sorry. We got a special guest in the audience. I've heard that you, I heard that you are Leilani's teacher.
I am. She just makes me so proud, and she spoke with such passion. So great job, Leilani.
Woo! Up next, we have Justin Long Jr. from Colt, grade 6.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Justin Long. I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Culp Elementary School. Today, I'll be reciting Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, Your Life's Blueprint. I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives. For what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine where your life shall go. Now, each of you are in the process of building the structure of your lives, and I want to suggest some of the things that should be in your life's blueprint. Number one, in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count, always feel that you have worth, and always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have as a basic principle the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You're going to be deciding as the days and years unfold what your life's work will be. And once you discover what it will be, do it and do it well. So I would urge you to study hard. I would say to you, don't drop out of school, stay in school. And when you discover where you're going to be in life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history. Finally, in your life's blueprint must be a commitment to the eternal principle of beauty, love, and justice. However young you are, you have a responsibility to seek to make life better for everybody, to make your nation a better nation in which to live. You have a responsibility to make life better for everyone. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, just keep moving. Thank you.
Got a couple people in the back.
Hi.
What brings you guys in today?
Good evening. I'm the principal at Oak Park Elementary, and I'm here to cheer on my two students, Royal Hall and Leroy Hall from Oak Park.
Ooh. Ironically, we have one of your students up next. So up next, we have Leroy Hall. Give it up for him, guys.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leroy Hall from Oak Park Elementary School. I'm in 6th grade. I'm doing Barack Obama's speech in 2008 when he was being accepted into being a president. In this election had many firsts and many stories that we told for generations. But one that's on my mind tonight is about a woman who cast her ballot in Atlanta. She's a lot like the millions of others who stood in line to make their voices heard in this election, except for one thing. Ann Nixon Cooper is 106 years old. She was born just a generation past slavery, a time when there were no cars on the road or planes in the sky, when someone like her could vote for two reasons, because she was a woman and because of the color of her skin. And tonight, I think about all that she's seen through her century in America, the heartache and the hope, the struggle and the progress, the times you're told that we can't, and the people who press on with that American creed, yes, we can. At a time when women's voices were silenced and their hopes dismissed, she lived to see them stand up and speak out and reach for the ballot. Yes, we can. When there was despair in the Dust Bowl and the pressure to cross the land, she saw a nation conquer fear itself with the New Deal, new jobs, a new sense of common purpose. Yes, we can. When the bombs fell in our harbor and tyranny threatened the world, she witnessed a generation rise to greatness and democracy was saved. Yes, we can. She was there for the buses in Montgomery, the hoses in Birmingham, a bridge in Selma, and a preacher from Atlanta who told the people that we shall overcome. Yes, we can. A man touched down the moon. A wall came down in Berlin. A world was connected by our own science and imagination. In this year, in this election, she touched her finger to a screen and cast her vote. Because after 106 years in America, through the best of days and the darkest of hours, she knows how we can change. America, we have come so far. We have seen so much, but there is so much more for us to do. So tonight, let us ask ourselves, our children should live to see the next century. If my daughters should be so lucky to live as long as Ann Nixon Cooper, what changes will they see? What progress would we have made? This is our chance to answer that call. This is our moment. This is our time to put our people back to work and reopen doors of opportunity for our kids, to reach for prosperity and restore peace, to reclaim that American dream, and prove that fundamental truth that out of many, we are one, that while we breathe, we hope. And when we're met with cynicism and doubt, and people tell us that we can't, we respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
There we go. Give it up for Leroy.
I believe that is our next president of the United States of America.
So next, coming to the stage, we have Glenn Xavier from AM Cole. Not yet. So before we have Glenn come up, let's ask some of these other presentators. How do you guys enjoy everyone else who has gone?
We enjoy them because it is good sportsmanship. And they are good speeches.
That was a good answer. Good answer. That was politically correct. That was good.
Got a question for you. What made you pick the speech that you just did?
Well, my parents picked it. Well, I know Obama's very inspiring, and he was trying to inspire America to push on and not give up, even though all of the challenges that they have faced throughout their entire existence, I guess.
That was really good.
There we go. And now the judges are ready. So now Glenn Xavier will be coming to the stage.
Good evening, honorable judges, parents, teachers, and fellow students. I'm Glenn Xavier, and I will be reciting Obama's 2004 Democratic National Convention. And this speech, Obama told the story of his working class family and urged the nation to vote for Democratic presidential candidate John Kerry, ensuring that he would offer more economic and educational opportunities for all. I will be reciting part of this speech. When we send our young men and women into harm's way, we have a solemn obligation not to fudge the numbers or shade the truth about why they're going, to care for their families while they're gone, to tend to the soldiers upon their return, and to never, ever go to war without having enough troops to win the war, secure peace, and earn the world's respect. Now, let me be clear. We have real enemies in this world. These enemies must be found. They must be pursued and defeated. John Kerry knows this. And just as Lieutenant Kerry would not hesitate to risk his life to defend those serving with him in Vietnam, President Kerry would not hesitate one moment to use our military might to keep America safe and secure. John Kerry believes in America, and and he knows that it's not enough for just some of us to prosper. For alongside our famous individualism, there's another ingredient in the American saga, a belief that we are all connected as one people. If there's a child on the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me even if it's not my child. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for prescription drugs and has to choose between medicine and rent, that makes my life poor even if it's not my grandmother. If there's an Arab American family being rounded up and having no right to an attorney, that threatens my civil liberties even if it's not my family. It's the fundamental belief that I am my brother's keeper and I am my sister's keeper that makes this country work. It's what allows us to pursue our individual dreams, yet still come together as a single American family. Now, even as we speak, there are those preparing to divide us, the spin masters and the negative ad peddlers who embrace the politics of anything goes. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. There's not a black America and a white America and an Asian America and a Latino America. There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our countries into the red states and the blue states. Red states for Republicans and blue states for Democrats. Well, I got news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states. And we don't like federal agents poking around our libraries in the red states. We coach Little League in the blue states, and we've got gay friends in the red states. There are those who supported the Iraq War and those who opposed it, and they were all patriots. We are one people, all of us pledging under the stars and stripes, all of us defending the United States of America. Thank you, and God bless you.
Woo! That was great. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking me and Jordan are united saying that that was a great performance.
It was wonderful, but guess who I want to hear it from?
Great job, great job. It's definitely, I think everyone's doing a great job tonight. They have a lot of nerve to get up there and perform in front of all these wonderful people.
Yeah, I know. I'm shaking a little bit in my boots right now. But guess what, guys? Joke time. What do you guys call a cow during an earthquake?
A bulldozer.
No. Anyone else want to guess? You want to guess?
A milkshake? Is it a milkshake? All right.
I was trying to be mysterious, but I guess it wasn't that mysterious. Hold up, I'm coming over. Feel like I'm in MC Hammer. Ooh. Who's raising their hand?
I don't have no joke, but I want to give a shout out to my oldest grandson, Kyrie Glass. He's coming up after the next one. There it is.
What's the greatest nation?
USA?
A donation.
You're right. I can take some donations if you want. All right, but like she said, coming up next to the stage is Jake Bradley.
Hello, I'm Jake Bradley, a 7th grade Pembroke Middle School student, and I will be reading the poem, The Negro Mother by Langston Hughes. Children, I come back today to tell you the story of the long, dark way that I had to climb, that I had to know, in order for my race to live and grow. Look at my face, dark as the night, yet shining like the sun with love's true light. I am the child they stole from the sand 300 years ago in Africa's land. I am the girl who crossed the wide sea, carrying in my body the seed of the free. I am the woman who worked in the field, bringing the cotton and corn to yield. I am the one who labored as a slave, beaten and mistreated for work that I gave. Children sold away from me, my husband sold too. No safety, no love, no respect was I due. 300 years in the deepest South, but God put a song and a prayer in my mouth. God put a dream like steel in my soul. Now through my children, I'm reaching the goal. Now through my children, young and free, I realize the blessings deed to me. I couldn't read then, I couldn't write. I had nothing back there in the night. Sometimes the valley was filled with tears, but I kept trudging on through the lonely years. Sometimes the road was hot with the sun, but I had to keep on until work was done. I had to keep on, no stopping for me. I was the seed of the coming free. I nourished the dream that nothing could smother, deep in my breast, the Negro Mother. I had only hope then, but now through you. Dark ones of today, my dreams must come true. All you dark children in the world out there, remember my sweat, my pain, my despair. Remember my years, heavy with sorrow, and make of those years a torch for tomorrow. Make of my past a road to the light, out of the darkness, the ignorance, the night. Lift high my banner out of the dust. Stand like free men supporting my trust. Believe in the right, let none push you back. Remember the whip and the slaver's track. Remember the strong in the struggle and strife, still bar you the way and deny you life. But march ever forward, breaking down bars. Look ever upward at the sun and the stars. Oh, my dark children, may my dreams and my prayers impel you forever up the great stairs. For I will be with you till no white brother dares keep down the children of the Negro Mother. Thank you.
Woo! You know, we've been asking everyone in the front, you know, what they thought about the show, but let's hear from some people in the back. How do you think everything's going so far, man?
I think it's going good. All the kids are really articulating really well, and just saying it with confidence and positivity. So it's all good.
There we go. I like that answer. So before we enter the next one, I got another joke. Who want to hear it? It don't matter if you want to hear it. I'm the host. I can say it. What happened, or what did one nut say to the other when it was chasing him? Anybody got an answer? Anybody want to guess? Or I'm going to tell you. He said, I'm a cashew. See? Got it back. Oh, you got a joke?
Why can't the egg dance?
I don't know. Why?
Because it'll crack its ankles.
Okay, well.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Good, yep. But now we're going to move on to Kyrie Glass from Pendle, grade 7.
Woo!
Hey everyone, my name is Kyrie Glass, and I'm. Hey everyone, my name is Kyrie Glass, and I'm from Pendle Middle School, and I'm in 7th grade. I'm going to be doing a poem called "Complainers" by Rudy Francisco. The following are true stories. May 26, 2003, Aaron Ralston was hiking. A boulder fell in his right hand. He waited 4 days, then amputated his arm with a pocket knife. On New Year's Eve, a woman was bungee jumping in Zimbabwe. The cord broke. She then fell into a river and had to swim back to land in crocodile-infested waters with a broken collarbone. Claire Chaplin was smashed in the face by a 5-pound watermelon being propelled by a slingshot. Matthew Brobus was hit by a javelin. David Striegel was punched in the mouth by a kangaroo. The most amazing parts about these stories is when asked about the experience, they all smiled, shrugged, and said, I guess things could have been worse. So go ahead. Tell me that you're having a bad day. Tell me about the traffic. Tell me about your boss. Tell me about the job you've been trying to get for the past 4 years. Tell me the morning it's just a townhouse burning to the ground and the snooze button's the fire extinguisher. Tell me how blessed are we to have tragedy so small it can fit in the tips of our tongues. You see, when Evan lost his legs, he was speechless. When my cousin was assaulted, she didn't speak for 48 hours. When my uncle was murdered, we had to send out a search party to find my father's voice. Most people have no idea that tragedy and silence have the exact same address. When your day feels like a museum of disappointment hanging from events that were outside of your control, when it feels like you're flailing in an ocean of, why is this happening to me? When it feels like your guardian angel put in his 2 weeks notice 2 months ago and just decided not to tell you. When it feels like God is just a babysitter that's always on the phone. When you get punched in the esophagus by a fistful of life. Remember, every year, 2 million people die of dehydration. So it doesn't matter if the glass is half full or half empty. There's water in the cup. Drink it and stop complaining. Muscle is created by repeatedly lifting things that have been designed to weigh us down. So when your shoulders feel heavy, stand up straight, lift your chin, call it exercise. Remember, you are still here. The human heart beats approximately 4,000 times per hour. Each pulse, each throb, each palpitation is a trophy engraved with the words, "You are still alive." You are still alive. Act like it.
Was wonderful.
That was amazing. Was he reading someone else's poem or was that his?
How do you feel about it?
Well, I think it's just really wonderful to see such talent and creativity and poise of all these young people.
I am really astonished by how much you guys have actually put into this. It's amazing. Who do we have up next? No, we still have to ask questions.
Let's hear from fan club.
How did you enjoy that?
I loved it. Move! You better go ahead, boy! Woo!
There we go. All right, I got another joke.
Oh.
If Thor from the Avengers had a job, what would he be? A author. A author. Yeah.
And with that one, we are ready for our next presenter. We have Ava Greiner from Penn, grade 8.
Give it up for Ava.
Hi, my name is Ava Greiner, and I'm from Penfield Middle School. I'm grade 8, and I'll be reading For My People by Margaret Walker. For my people everywhere, singing their sleigh songs repeatedly, their dirges and their ditties, their blues and jubilees, praying their prayers nightly to an unknown God, bending their knees humbly to an unseen power. For my people, lending their strength to the day years, to the gone years and the now years, and the maybe years. Washing, ironing, cooking, scrubbing, sewing, mending, hoeing, plowing, digging, planting, pruning, patching, dragging along, never gaining, never reaping, never knowing, and never understanding. For my playmates in the clay and dust and sand of Alabama backyards, playing, baptizing, and preaching, and doctors in jail, and soldier in school, and mama and cooking, and night house and concert, and store and hair, and Miss Chomby and company. For the crampy older years, we went to school to learn to know the reasons why, the answers to, the people who, and the places where, and the days when. In memory of the bitter hours when we discovered we were black and poor, and small and different, and nobody cared, and nobody wondered, and nobody understood. For the boys and girls who grew in spite of this become man and woman, to laugh and dance, and sing and play, and drink their wine in religion and success, to marry their playmates and bear children, and then die of consumption, amnesia, and lynching. For my people thronging 47th Street in Chicago, and Lenox Avenue in New York, and Rampart Street in New Orleans, lost, disinherited, dispossessed, and happy people filling their carbonates and taverns and other people's pockets and needing bread and shoes and milk and land and money and something all our own. For my people walking blindly, spreading joy, losing time, becoming lazy, sleeping when hungry, shouting when burdened, drinking when hopeless, tired and shackled and tangled among ourselves by the unseen creatures who towered over us omnisciently in wrath. For my people blundering and groping and floundering in the dark of churches and schools and clubs and societies, associations and councils, distressed and disturbed and deceived and devoured by money-hungry, glory-craving leeches, preyed on by false force of state and faded in novelty, by false prophet and holy believer. For my people, standing, staring, trying to fashion a better way from confusion, from hypocrisy and understanding, trying to fashion a world that had all the people, all the faces, all the Adams and Eves in their countless generations. Let a new earth rise. Let another world be born. Let a bloody peace right in the sky. Let a second generation full of courage issue forth. Let a people loving freedom come to growth. Let a beauty full of healing and a strength of final clenching be the pulsing in our spirits and in our hearts. Let the martial songs be written. Let the dirges disappear. Let a race of man now rise and take control.
There we go. I know you guys can do better than that. Come on, give it up for her.
First up, we have Dominique Bethel from Pembroke, grade 9.
Well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something how to kill it. I think that twists the Negroes of the South and the women of the North all talking about rights. The white man will be in the fix pretty soon. So what's all this here talking about? That man over there says women need help into carriages and lifted over ditches and have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helped me into carriages or over my puddles or have any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could hit me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and I could bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have bore 13 children and seen all sold into slavery, and when I cried out of mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Then they talk about this thing in the head. What's this they call it? Intellect. That's right, honey, intellect. But what's that got to do with women's rights or Negro rights? If my cup won't hold but a pint and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to give my little half measure full? That little man in black there says women can't have as much rights as a man because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and woman. Man had nothing to do with it. If the first woman God ever created was strong enough to turn the world upside down alone, then these women together ought to be able to turn it back and right side up again. And now that they're asking to do it, men ought to let them. Obliged to y'all hearing me, but old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say.
Hey, that was great and all, but where Dominique at? That was Sojourner Truth. So I don't think that's fair. You might need to be disqualified. Yeah.
You really took us back in time, Mama. That was really good.
Yeah. Can I get your autograph when we done though? For real?
Okay, Tyler, who do we got next?
I don't know. Let's look. Let's go. Hey, young man.
Yes.
Would you like to say something about that performance?
It was great. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting here and all the kids and their speeches is taking me way back. All right? I'm enjoying it very much.
Thank you. I am. Okay, so our next performer would be Rajesh Dalwadi from North Penn High School, 10th grade.
Testing. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rajesh Dalwadi, and I'm a sophomore at North Penn High School. And today, I will be reciting a speech by President Obama. On behalf of the great state of Illinois, crossroads of a nation, land of Lincoln, let me express my deepest gratitude for the privilege of addressing this convention. My presence on this stage is pretty unlikely. My father was a foreign student, born and raised in a small village in Kenya. His father, my grandfather, was a cook, a domestic servant to the British. But my grandfather had larger dreams for his son. Through hard work and perseverance, my father got the opportunity to study in a magical place, America. That shone as a beacon of opportunity to so many who had come before. While studying here, my father met my mother. She was born in a town on the other side of the world, in Kansas. Her father worked on oil rigs and farms through most of the Depression. A day after Pearl Harbor, my grandfather joined Patton's army, marched across Europe. Back at home, my grandmother raised a baby and worked on a bomber assembly line. After the war, they studied on the GI Bill, bought a house through FHA, and later moved west to Hawaii in search of opportunity. They too had big dreams for their daughter, a common dream born of two continents. They shared not only an improbable love, they shared an abiding faith on the possibilities of this nation. They would give me an African name, Barack or Blessed, believing that in a tolerant America, your name is no barrier to your success. They imagined me going to the best schools in the nation, even though we weren't rich, because in a generous America, you don't have to be rich to achieve your potential. They're both passed away now, and yet I know they look down on me tonight with great pride. They stand here, and I stand here, grateful for the diversity of my heritage, aware that their dreams live on in my two precious daughters. I stand here knowing that my story is part of a larger American story, that I owe debt to all those who had come before me, and that in no other country in the world is my story even possible. Tonight, we gather to affirm the greatness of our nation, not by the height of our skyscrapers, or the power of our military, or the size of the economy. We are all summed up tonight on a very simple premise, made in a declaration over 200 years ago. That is the true genius of America, a faith in simple dreams, an insistence on small miracles, that we can tuck in our children at night knowing that they are fed and clothed and safe from harm, that we can say what we think, write what we think without hearing a sudden knock on the door, that we can have the idea to start our own business without paying a bribe, that we can participate in the political process without fear of retribution, and that our votes will be counted, at least most of the time. There's another ingredient in the American saga, a belief that we're all connected as one. If there's a child on the south side of Chicago who cannot read, that matters to me, even if that's not my child. If there's a senior citizen out there who cannot pay for their prescription drugs and has to choose between medicine or rent, that makes my life poorer, even if that's not my grandparent. If there's an Arab American family being rounded up without benefit of an attorney or due process, that threatens my civil liberties. It's that fundamental belief that makes this country work. It's what allows us to pursue our individual dreams and yet still come together as one American family. Now, even as we speak, there are those who prepare to divide us. The spin masters, the negative ad peddlers who embrace the politics of anything goes. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America. There is not a black America, a white America, an Asian America, and a Latino America. There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states, red for Republicans and blue for Democrats. Well, I have news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states, and we don't like federal agents poking around in our libraries in the red states. We coach Little League in the blue states, and yes, we have gay friends in the red states. We have patriots who supported the Iraq War. We have patriots who opposed the Iraq War. We are all one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the Stars and Stripes, all of us pledging allegiance to the United States of America. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you all.
Wow, I really think Barack Obama got cloned tonight.
Yeah, seems like the high school is doing a lot of cheating. A lot of cloning has been done.
Anybody got some jokes?
So would you like to commentate on this man's performance?
Yeah, he's my grandson, and I'm proud of it, whatever he has given the speech for Obama and his life. I'm proud of my family and her mother, his mother, sorry, and may God bless you, America. Thank you very much.
Give him a round of applause, guys.
Up next, we have a really close friend of mine from North Penn High School, grade 11, Aliana Vicin. Sorry.
Give it up for Aliana!
They clapped when we landed, thinking Africa was just an extension of the black world. They smiled as we taxied home to be met black to black, facing that understanding Africans lack color prejudice. They rushed to declare cigarettes, money, allegiance to the motherland, not knowing despite having read Fannin and Davenport, hearing all of J.H. Clark's lectures, supporting Nkrumah in Ghana and Nigeria in the war that there was once a tribe called Afro-Americans that populated the whole of Africa. They stopped running when they heard the packages of women's heads were heavy, and that babies didn't cry, and that disease is uncomfortable, and that villages are only fun because you knew the feel of good leather on good pavement. They cried when they saw that Mercedes-Benz were as common in Lagos as Volkswagens were in Berlin. They shook their heads. They shook their heads when they finally understood there is no difference between the French and the English and the Americans and the Afro-Americans or the tribe next door or the country across the border. They were exasperated when they heard Sly and the Family Stone in Francophone Africa. And they finally smiled when the little boy who spoke no Western tongue said, James Brown, with reverence. They brought out their cameras and bought out all of Africa's drums when they realized that they are strangers all over and that love is only and always about the lover, not the beloved. They marveled at the beauty of the people and the richness of the land, knowing that they could never possess either. They clapped when they left for home. Despite a dead dream, they saw a free future. Thank you.
Yeah!
Let's give it up for Aliana!
Coming up next to the stage is Shreya Harikrishna.
Hi, my name is Shreya Harikrishnan. I'm in 9th grade and I go to Pembroke Middle School. I will be performing a few excerpts from the poem Let America Be America Again by Langston Hughes. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America was never America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great, strong land of love, where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above. It was never America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope I seek and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I am the young man full of strength and hope, tangled in those ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. Yet, I am the man who had the same dreams in the old world while still a serf of kings, who dreamt a dream so strong, so brave, so true, that even yet its mighty daring sings. In every brick and stone, in every furrow turn, that's made America the land it has become. Oh, I am the man who sailed those early seas in search of what I meant to be my home. For I am the one who left dark Ireland's shore and Poland's plain and England's grassy lea. And torn from black Africa's strand, I came to build a homeland of the free. The free? Who said the free? Not me, surely not me. The millions on relief today? The millions shot down when we strike? The millions who have nothing for our pay? For all the dreams we've dreamed and all the songs we've sung and all the hopes we've held and all the flags we've hung? The millions who have nothing for our pay except the dream that's almost dead today. Oh, let America be America again, the land that never has been yet, and yet must be the land where every man is free. The land that's mine, the poor man's, Indians, Negroes, me. Who made America, whose sweat and blood, whose faith and pain, whose hand at the foundry, whose plow in the rain, must bring back our mighty dream again. Sure, call me any ugly name you choose. The steel of freedom does not stain. From those who live like leeches on people's lives, we must take back our land again, America! Oh yes, I say it plain. America was never America to me. And yet I swear this oath, America will be out of the rack and reign of our gangster death, the rape and rot of graft, stealth, and lies. We, the people, must redeem the land, the mines, the rivers, the plants, the mountains, and the endless plain. All the stretch of these great green states, and make America again. Thank you.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Wow, that was great. Come on, you guys can do better than that.
I have next Next to me, our superintendent. Want to introduce yourself?
Hey, Jordan. I'm Kurt Dietrich, superintendent of North Penn. I am so proud to be superintendent of North Penn School District tonight. I think this is such a wonderful moment for our school district. Just so proud of our students this evening doing a tremendous job. I'd love to have them on the payroll somewhere helping us because they're doing so well this evening. I'm so pleased with our parents, our grandparents, aunts, uncles, all the family members, community members that are helping these young people grow to who they are. And what a job they're doing. And I'm so proud of our teachers and our administrators and our support staff that are helping to shape our children in this community. So this is a proud moment for me as a superintendent. I am so, so pleased, Jordan. Thank you so much.
Okay, now we can have our next performer, Simona Sharma from Pendle. She is in 9th grade. Give her a round of applause.
Hi, my name is Simona Sharma. I'm in the 9th grade and I go to Pendle Middle School. I will be performing a speech by Lorraine Hansberry. How do you talk about 300 years in 5 minutes? Was it ever so apparent we need this dialogue? I wrote a letter to the New York Times recently which didn't get printed, which seems to be my rapport with the New York Times. They said it was too personal. What it concerned itself with was the Stalins. Because when the Stalins were first announced, I said, oh my God, now everyone's gone crazy. You know, tying up traffic, what's the matter with them? Who needs this? And that's when I noticed the reactions, starting in Washington and coming on up through New York, among what we are all here calling the white liberal circles, which is something like, you know, you Negroes act right, or you're going to ruin everything we're trying to do. And that got me thinking more seriously about the strategy and the tactic that the Stalins intended to accomplish. And so I sat down and I wrote a letter to the New York Times about the fact that I am of a generation of Negroes that come after a whole lot of generations. My father, for instance, who was, you know, real American type American, successful businessman, very civic-minded, so forth, was a sort of American who put a great deal of money, a great deal of his really extraordinary talents, and a great deal of passion into everything we say is the American way of going after your goals. That is to say that he moved his family into a restricted area where no Negroes were supposed to live, and proceeded to fight the case in courts all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States. And this cost a great deal of money. It involved the assistance of the NAACP attorneys and so on. And this was the way of struggling that everybody said was the proper way to do it. And it eventually resulted in the decision against restrictive covenants, which is very famous, Hansberry versus Lee. And that was very much applauded. But the problem is that Negroes are just as segregated in the city of Chicago now as they were then. And my father died a disillusioned exile in another country. That is the reality I'm faced with when I get up and I read that some Negroes my age or younger are saying that we must now lie down in streets, tie down traffic, stop ambulances, do whatever we can, take to the hills if necessary, and with guns and fight back. You see, this is the difference. And I write to the Times and said, you know, can't you understand that this is the perspective from which we are speaking? It isn't as if we got up today and said, what can we do to irritate America? It's because that since 1619, Negroes have tried every method of communication, of transformation of their situation, through petition to the vote, everything. We've tried it all. There isn't anything that hasn't been exhausted. Isn't it rather remarkable that we can talk about a people who were publishing newspapers while they were still in slavery in 1827? We've done everything, writing editorials, Mr. Wexler, for a long time, you know? And now the charge of impatience is unbearable. I would like to submit that there is a problem that is, yes, there is a problem with white liberals. I think there's something horrible that Norman Podhoretz, for instance, can sit down and write the trash that he did at this hour. That is to say that a distinguished American thinker can literally say he is more bothered by the sight of a mixed couple or anti-Semitism from Negroes. And anti-Semitism from anyone is horrible and disgusting, and I don't care where it comes from. But anti-Semitism somehow from a Negro apparently upsets him more than it would from a German fascist. This is the implication of what really gets to him. Well, you have to understand that we are now confronted with that. We wonder who we are talking to and how far we are going to go. The problem is that we find some way with these dialogues to show and encourage white liberals to stop being liberals and become American radical. I think that then, when it becomes true, some of the really eloquent things that were said before on the basis of our society, which after all is the thing that must be changed, to really solve this problem, the basic organization of the American society is a thing that it has Negroes in a situation where they're in and never let us lose sight of it. This is why we want a dialogue, to explain to you that it isn't a question of patriotism or loyalty. My brother fought for this country, my grandfather before him, and so on. And it's all a lot of nonsense when we criticize. The point is that we have different viewpoints because we've been kicked in the face so often that the vantage point of Negroes is entirely different. And these are some of the things we're trying to say. Thank you.
Woo! We're almost done and these students are still amazing me. It's crazy. So let's, get thoughts from this young lady over here.
Hi, Tyler. You and Jordan, by the way, are doing a fantastic job tonight as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Donna Dome, I'm principal at Penfield Middle School. Out here to support all students tonight. A big shout out to Ava. She did a great job as well. So here to support her and support all our students in the unbelievable, fantastic job they're all doing tonight, and reminding us, the speaker that was recently at our school, that our voice is our power, and they're really coming out with that tonight.
Thank you for those lovely words. Okay, coming to the stage now, we have Bhavi Trivedi from Pembroke. Give her a round of applause, guys.
I'll be performing Maya Angelou's I Know Why a Caged Bird Sings. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips its wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down its narrow cage can seldom see through its bars of rage. Its wings are clipped and its feet are tied, so it opens its throat to sing. A caged bird sings with fearful trill of the things unknown but longed for still, and its tune is heard on a distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn as it names the sky its own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. Its shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. Its wings are clipped, and its feet are tied, so it opens its throat to sing. The caged bird sings with fearful trill of the things unknown but longed for still, and its tune is heard on a distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so that was our last presentation. So I just want to say thank you guys for, not getting on us, for butchering some names and the little, interesting beginning and the little, how do you say, the winging it at times. I just want to say thank you guys. And I just want to say thank you to the kids and thank you to the parents. You guys had all amazing presentations. We had a lot of copies and replicas. So, in other words, there was a lot of cheating. But yeah, so.
I would also like to say that you both know, well, not both, all of you guys know that both me and Tyler are from North Penn High School, and very rarely we see people of color or just children in general advocating for themselves. So seeing this is really inspiring, and I hope that we could do this every year. Okay, here we go.
Wow, thank you so much, and thank you to our amazing hosts tonight. You guys were awesome. Yes. So, before we move on, there are two people who I absolutely need to thank, and these two ladies came to me a couple months ago, and they said, we have this great idea for this Black History oratorical competition, and I said, you know what, let's do it. And ever since then, they have been working so hard to put this together, and there's a lot of things that I've been proud of at North Penn over my years here and in my current role as assistant superintendent, but I have to say that tonight really was just a moment of deep, deep pride for me and our students and our community. So I would like to thank Ms. Cynthia Douglas and Trina Sadler. Thank you, ladies. You're amazing. All right, and we have a few school board members here who would like to say a few words before we move on with our certificates and awards. We have Ms. Julianne Ramich and Alicia G.
My name is Julianne. I just want to thank all of you all so much for coming. I think one of the greatest takeaways tonight is that I really want to honor the courage of each and every one of the students who presented tonight. You selected material that was challenging, timely, and thought-provoking. And I think that one of the greatest ways we can honor your courage is to take some of the ideas of the words that you shared and take them out into the community. So I made notes, and I want to just thank all of you, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I really also want to thank the judges and the community members and all of the staff and teachers for putting this on. This was really just incredible. But most importantly, I really want to thank each and every one of the students. Your words were amazing. You have a gift to give, and you gave it tonight, and we want you to carry that forward. So thank you.
First, I want to acknowledge Trina and Cynthia. If you guys would come out, because once they get their shoes on, and I'm going to ask you to stand, because the power of Black women, when they want to get something done, and that's these two. And it is Women's History Month, so we need to acknowledge that. And beyond what they are doing tonight, they're part of our cultural proficiency work. They are deeply invested. They're out evenings with board members, our superintendent, our assistant superintendent, and they are in it, working hard. And I am proud to be part of this group. To our children, you are Nikki Giovanni, you are Maya Angelou, you are Michelle Obama, you are Langston Hughes, you are all that, and you are our future. And I am proud as a school board member at this moment that this is our first of many oratorical contests where you get to express yourself, where you get to share all of who you are and all of what you should be proud of. And I want to acknowledge you with certainly a standing ovation, because we could have given you each one during this time. And now for, of course, our certificates. Thank you.
Okay, great. So I am going to ask Dr. Dietrich and Ms. Ramich and Ms. G to come stand up here to my right. And as I announce the students' names, you are going to get your certificate from Dr. Dietrich, and then I'd like you to remain on the stage, and we'll start just by standing over here by the flag. Okay, so in elementary, we would like to recognize all of our competitors, and we're going to start with Jaden Walker. And next, congratulations to Tatiana Pomatum. Eddie Zhao. Congratulations to Sharia Yadav. Royal Hall. Kushi Narayanan. Jaden Black. And our last competitor from our 3 to 5 division, Summer Kresge. Now I would like to congratulate our middle school competitors, Leilani Williams. Congratulations to Justin Long, Jr. Leroy Hall. Glenn Xavier. Congratulations, Jake Bradley. Kyrie Glass. And Ava Greiner. Great job to our middle school competitors. All right, and on to our 9 to 12 division, Dominique Bethel. Rajesh Dalwadi. Shreya Harikrishnan. Congratulations, Sumona Sharma. Bhavi Trivedi. And last but not least, Aliana Vicens. Okay, so now I am going to ask Mrs. G, Mrs. Ramich, and Dr. Dietrich to each pick up one of our trophies over there, and we will announce our winners in the 3 divisions. Right there. All right. So the moment you've all been waiting for is here. So Dr. Dietrich will be presenting our elementary trophy for the first annual Black Historical Oratorical Competition to Royal Hall. Royals family has to get all their shots here. Okay, and our 6 to 8 division winner, Mrs. G, will present to Kyrie Glass. Why don't you step forward? 9 through 12 division winner presented by Mrs. Ramich to Dominique Bethel. So these are our winners, but there are no losers tonight because this is an amazing competition. These 3 young individuals will be presenting their speeches at our International Spring Festival in April. And I would like to conclude just by thanking everyone for coming tonight. Thank you for the gift of your children and for the richness of our community. We are so grateful to have you here, and we're looking forward to many more successful events in years to come. Thank you.
Cynthia and I want to say a special thank you to our wonderful judges on tonight. They did an awesome job. I know they were going crazy with the Chromebooks and putting in, the scores and everything, but we appreciate you so much. We have Dee Dee Lofton, who's one of our judges. She's an educational consultant. We have Mr. Anwar Muhammad. He has a bookstore in Lansdale, African-American bookstore in Lansdale. We have Renee Musgrove, who's also an educational consultant, a retired principal, a very, very close friend of my family, and a wonderful person. And we have the mayor of Collegeville, whoop, whoop, that's where I live, Dr. Wright Riggins. So we appreciate the 4 of you so very much, and thank you. You made history today because you are the first judges in our first annual Black History Oratorical Competition. So your names are going down in history for being the first judges, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
So what a wonderful evening this evening. We're so proud of our students this evening. We're all winners that are up here. Again, thank you to all the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, family members, community members, that all you're doing to raise children like this. And a big thank you to all our teachers, to all of our administrators, our support staff, to a wonderful school board that supports our community and encourages to continue this. We're so grateful to them also. So thank you so much for sharing this evening. Look forward to seeing this again sometime real soon. Thank you.
I got your number. I'm about to send it to you. Okay.